You guys, welcome you guys to the channel. It's your boy Big Dog. And recently I caught up on One Piece. Okay, I caught up on the chapters 1002 through 1007. A lot of people just want to know my general thoughts. I won't go through literally every single thing that happened in each chapter, but I'm probably gonna hit some of the high points and things and just talk about my overall thoughts on it. First, starting off with those first 1000, chapter 1002, 1003, when Luffy pretty much was like smashing Kaido, and it always is weird to me when Kaido goes to his dragon form. I feel like his dragon form has a lot more of various types of attacks and so many different elemental types. You have the wind sight, you have the blast breath. He's able to create thunder. Like there's so many different things you see him able to do with his dragon form. So he's literally called a natural. What him and Big Mom call a natural disaster so many times throughout these chapters. Big Mom using Indra, but I have to give the Supernova some credit because Luffy Indra doesn't really affect, but Kid, Zoro, Law, and Killer all take Indra, or I think all of them, they take it and literally in the next chapter, beginning to the next chapter, I think it's chapter 1003, they're right back up. Like they're unfazed. Like they're taking some shots from these young. Now granted, nobody's going to be able to take a Thunder Bagua to the phase and get up after that. But they are like withstanding like a lot of damage from Yonkos. And Zoro in particular is getting some shine like no other. Like I really feel like Zoro's getting more shine than Luffy. Luffy is using Rio when it's punching Kaido, but you never really just see the full effects of those because Kaido is often up, right back up right after that. Even though he's he's right back up after mainly everything that's happening to him. But when Zoro is skying, and he's using one sword size called Dragon something. And Big Mom even has that look like, yo, Kaido, hey, you can't eat that. Move. Avoid it. Dodge. You don't want that. Like, that was super exciting for me because Zoro's my favorite character, of course. And then he like slices off one of the horns of Onigashima. The skull of Onigashima. So you're like, wow, that was great. But that's when he quickly gets hit with Indra after that. But like I said, he was right back up after that. And in which Luffy ends up going to Berserk mode and starts nailing Kaido. I thought Luffy was able to maintain Gear 4. I did not know he still had a limit on it, which is going to be pretty crazy. Now, it's even going to be even crazy because I'm like, if he hasn't mastered Gear 4, what is he going to do for Gear 5th? And how is he going to be able to maintain? Because he has to use some level of haki to fight Kaido. And right now, he's only using Rio when he attacks him. So what can Gear 5th possibly be to where he'll be able to like damage Kaido? Kid and Killer aren't really able to do that much damage because it's hard to penetrate through Kaido's scales. Kid uses some slamming attacks. Killer's trying to like do a sonic blaze type thing. And Law is using he used Gamma Knife, but it couldn't even get through, which is like, okay, what are you supposed to do? He used Gamma Knife on, I could have swore, but he used it on Kaido, and it seemed like he didn't even make it through. So you're kind of wondering what is he to do? Like I said, Luffy runs out, and it's kind of like a tough situation because they're unable to really do anything except for Zoro because Kaido ends up trying to eat Luffy and Zoro cuts him. He actually cuts him. Well, I'm like, that was super significant to me because you seen everybody looking like, yo, he cut Kaido. Like he actually cut Kaido. Nonetheless, Kaido gets the whole thing about Kaido though that I've just been noticing. No matter what happens to him, it's kind of just like, all right, that happens. Nice move. I'm right back, though. Like, he's never down for longer than a second. He's literally always right back up. And then it's like, what do you do with him? Okay? What are you to do? Now he's going to his hyper form, which we don't get to actually see. It's just a silhouette. Kind of wonder what Oda's going to say that for. I personally wouldn't mind Kaido's hybrid form being the last hybrid form we see. I would rather see. I still want to see kings, queens, jacks, the Toby Ropo, uh, Toby Ropo, yeah, it is Toby Ropo. Marcos, like I still want to see those guys hybrid forms before I see Kaido's, okay? Because I feel like that's the last one. Or if we just have a chapter where we see all like I said, there's one thing I said I wanted, and I haven't gotten yet, is that Kaido to basically let off like a roar or something, and basically to let his subordinates know, hey, you can go into that next level now. You can, because it seems like none of them ever used. Jack didn't even use them when he was fighting against the Minx and Sulon form. Like King and Queen hasn't used them. They're fighting against Marco, and they're obviously losing. Well, not obviously, but because I didn't expect them to be losing or getting just be getting manhandled like they are. Marco's a star, like easily one of the best characters in all the show, and he's kind of like breezing, but at the same time he's still getting tired because he definitely had to exert more energy than he would expected. But you fight two Yonko commanders, that's to be expected. Yet he still has to win into his hybrid form, which we've never seen, which is kind of weird because it's like, he didn't go into his hybrid form at Marineford. And that's like a whole nother, that's opening Pandora's box. I don't even want to go down in that right now. It's so many different things, but yeah, that's probably my biggest hope is that Kaido eventually like lets out some war, and they go into their hybrid form, and the Beast Pirates take advantage of the war, because right now I kind of feel it feels even. Well, every battle feels even except the one on the roof. Everything else other than that kind of feels very very even. Sanji, I have like One Piece poster behind me, and it seemed like I looked down, and it seemed like Sanji was looking right at me like, hey, it's time for you to talk about me, which is not necessarily something I like doing, because I'm not a big fan of Sanji's character, and he's still not looking really good at all. He was captured by Black Maria, which is fine because Sanji doesn't fight women, and he just didn't have to literally take damage from them. And him letting out that scream for Robin, I think a lot of people have a problem with that. But for me, it's cool because like that's Sanji's character. He doesn't fight women. So, and he has, to me, that kind of showed he had faith in him. Rather than like what he did with when he goes to Whole, because I kind of feel like he left to go to Whole because he didn't believe that they can like take on a Yonko's crew, or he had to do this to protect his crew. Now it's like, yo, we've come a long way. I don't mind asking for help, especially from Robin, because I'm pretty sure she can handle her own. And with her and Brooke show up, I was like, this is good. But I also like, I'm excited to see what Black Maria is able to do. I personally didn't think the Straw Hats should be able to 1v1 the Beast Pirates, the Toby Ropo and the All Stars. I didn't think so right now, simply because we haven't seen them really like develop. And the last time we saw them fight, I was really like 1v1s was really like Doflamingo's people, and those were hard fought battles. And I'm thinking like, no, Kaido's men have to be way stronger than Doflamingo's, right? So that was probably one of the biggest things for me. Hyogoro, the legend, gets like some great shine, but it's at the expense of like other people, like the Beast Pirates. And this is something I talked about like on TikTok. They follow me on TikTok. One of my biggest issues is like I have not felt the threat. Like we're 30, Colorado has 30,000 men. I get a lot of them are basically fodder. Okay. Now you have a lot of them switching sides because like Queen told them like, hey, y'all useless, or the Kibi Dango from Tama, I'm just like, okay, this feels a little cheap to me. Okay, feels a little cheap to me. But at the same time, like I'm cool with it right now because one thing that still hasn't happened is the big bomb pirates haven't showed up, and I still feel like that's a element of it that people are just kind of ignoring because you still have Smoothie, and I kind of hope. And you got Dafuku, Oven. There's still some people on Big Mom Pirate. I feel like would be a great help. It's just right now the Beast Pirates aren't looking too great. One, because Marco's dogging two of their two top commanders. Jack just shaking back. I love Jack, and Jack is on his way to fight the Red Scabbards. So I'm like, okay, cool. That's Jack. He wants some get back, and like he shook back because like everybody, it's like down and then they're back up. Pedo Spedo is one person that I'm one of the, and it's not a big issue because it's simple. It's just like storytelling. Is that there are so many times where it's just like, why are you letting these people live? Like, why are you giving them opportunity to come back? Pedo Spedo literally tell Carrot and I think her name Wendy that only reason I was able to defeat y'all because the weather wasn't on y'all side. Well, Pedo Spedo, if the moon comes back out again and they attack you, what are you gonna do about it then? Like, I just don't see. I know Oda doesn't really like kill characters that much, and it just feels like the stakes are big. It's just they're kind of minimized because none of these villains are actually like trying to take anybody out. Because Kaido literally took out the Scabbards, and instead of getting rid of them, he sat up there with them. He sat up there drinking with Big Mom while the Scabbards like over there on the ground, and he had plenty of time to take them out, like finish them off. And that's so many situations, and now you have Jack on his way to go finish off the Scabbards. When I'm like, why didn't your captain do that when he had the opportunity? Like, you just giving people a reason to get back up. So that was kind of disappointing. Frankie versus Sasaki. I didn't expect Frankie to be doing this well. I thought Sasaki was pretty nice because like the way Sasaki and Yamato was, I'm like, okay, Frank. Maybe I overestimated Yamato, or maybe underestimated Frankie, but I thought, or maybe overestimated Sasaki because like Sasaki was like captured pretty easy. So, but I was just like, wow, this is Frankie's really, really holding his own right now. So don't know if he's gonna like be able to maintain that, but as of right now, he's doing a damn good job. And probably I'm just gonna go straight to like this most recent chapter where you have Chopper saving everybody that was in the nick of time. I like that because that is a good moment for Chopper. It's just the whole Queen talking bad to the people and them switching sides. I'm like, dude, that was so obvious. Like, you could have told them something in another way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't make people feel like nothing. Like you have to, I don't know. Queen just doesn't seem like the smartest person. Like, and that's coming to fruition. Now, Marco holding Queen in order for Chopper to hit him with a monster point. At first, I even made a video on it on TikTok. I was just like, I'm not a big fan of it. It doesn't bother me as much considering, because I think Queen gonna shake back. Hopefully, because like right now, like I said, the Yonko crews aren't looking too great. They haven't really looked great to me at all. It's like after Whole Cake Island and this, like, the only person you really feel the threat from is the actual Yonko. You know what I'm saying? And I was also wondering why Queen didn't use like armament hockey when Chopper hit him. Because it's like, Chopper doesn't use armor haki, so if Queen would have just put armor haki on his face, like Chopper's attack wouldn't have done too much, you know. But yeah. On to the final thing, and we see Odin show back. Odin show back up. Of course, I don't think it's Odin. It's three people. I was thinking Katarina Devon, but I was like, why would Katarina Devon heal the Scabbards? It just doesn't make sense to me. I was thinking Onimaru. I'm like, definitely could be Onimaru. Uh, he's able to get some blades and so on and so forth. I'm like, don't think it's Onimaru. Now, I thought Hiyori. I'm like, don't think it's her either. I think it's Kanjuro. I don't think Oda does not kill. Once again, Oda doesn't kill a lot of characters. Last time we saw Kanjuro, he was supposedly dead. Don't think he's that. Think he came back in form of Oda and switching sides. Okay, why switch sides? That is the point. That's the thing that's kind of confused on. I'm gonna go back and look. I personally wish it was Katarina Devon, just because we can get Blackbeard in here in some capacity. It's just I don't see the reason for him transfer becoming him telling Katarina Devon to be Odin. That's number one, and I just don't see the purpose of him being like healing the Scabbards. Like what good or what use would that be? You know, I just didn't get that. So, yeah. Overall, thought the chapter's been the 1002, 1003. Some of these have been great. Some of them like have recent, like the last chapter wasn't like super hyped about it, but that ending was kind of like, oh well, this is interesting. But I don't think. I hope it has a big enough payoff. I really, really do. I don't see how, but I hope it really has a big enough payoff. You guys let me know what y'all been thinking about One Piece. Ask me any questions you have. If it's long, I answer it on YouTube. If it's short, I'll probably like make a TikTok about it. So, yeah, there you go. Also follow me on TikTok if you don't already follow me on. Pretty sure a lot of y'all do that. But yeah, like I said, let me know what you think down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll catch up with you guys later. Peace.